In a small Igbo village named Umohia, nestled between lush green hills and the flowing river, there lived a young man named Chike. Chike was known for his courage and kindness, always helping those in need. One day, while exploring the dense forest on the outskirts of the village, he stumbled upon an ancient cave, hidden behind the waterfalls. Curiosity piqued, Chike ventured inside, only to find a golden mask lying on a stone pedestal. As he picked up the mask, a deep voice echoed through the cave. "Beware, young one. This mask is cursed. It holds the secret of the god Amadioha. Whoever wears it will be granted immense power, but at a terrible cost." Ignoring the warning, Chike took the mask back to his village, thinking it might be of some value. News of Chike's discovery spread quickly. The village elders, worried about the mask's potential danger, gathered to discuss what to do. Among them was an old seer named Nneka, who had lived through many such stories and legends. She approached Chike and warned him again about the case, but he was too fascinated by the mask to listen. That night, driven by an irresistible urge, Chike put on the golden mask. Instantly, he was enveloped in a blinding light, and he felt a surge of power course through his veins. The villagers, drawn by the commotion, gathered around Chike, awestruck by the transformation. But Nneka stood at the back, fear etched on her face. She knew that power always came at a price. Chike used his newfound strength to help the villagers in many ways. He could lift heavy boulders, heal the sick with a touch, and even control the weather. The villagers began to see him as a god, praising him and showering him with gifts. But as days turned into weeks, Chike noticed a change within himself. He became easily angered, his temper flaring at the slightest provocation. One day, a young boy accidentally spilled water on Chike's feet. In a fit of rage, Chike struck the boy, sending him flying across the village square. The villagers gasped in horror. This was not the Chike they knew. Realizing what he had done, Chike removed the mask, but it was too late. The curse had begun to take hold. Nneka approached Chike, her eyes filled with sadness. "The mask has awakened the spirit of Amadioha within you. To break the curse, you must return the mask to the cave and seek forgiveness from the gods. But beware, the journey will be dangerous, and you must be prepared to face your darkest fears." Determined to right his wrongs, Chike agreed to undertake the perilous journey, with Nneka as his guide. He set off into the heart of the forest, unaware of the challenges that lay ahead. As Chike and Nneka ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew thick with tension. The once familiar paths became twisted and overgrown, as if the forest itself was alive, trying to deter them. The sound of rattling leaves and distant animal calls filled the air, creating an eerie atmosphere. After hours of walking, they reached a clearing where an ancient tree stood, its branches reaching high into the sky like interlocked fingers. Nneka stopped and placed a hand on the tree's trunk. "This is the forest of shadows," she said. "Many have entered, but few have returned. We must be cautious." Chike nodded. Determination etched on his face. As they moved forward, the forest seemed to close in around them. The light dimmed, and the shadows danced on the edges of their vision. They soon came across a small stream, its water shimmering under the faint light. Nneka knelt and cupped her hands to drink, but Chike stopped her. "Wait," he said. "The stream, It doesn't feel right. Nneka stared into the water and gasped. Reflected in the stream were not their faces, but those of long-forgotten spirits, their eyes filled with sorrow. The spirits of the forest of shadows, she whispered. They were once like us, seeking redemption, but failed. A sudden rattling in the bushes caught their attention. From the shadows emerged a figure, cloaked in darkness. It was Ikenga, the spirit guardian of the forest. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly light as he spoke. Why do you trespass in my domain? Chike stepped forward, his voice steady. We seek to return the golden mask to its rightful place and break the curse that plagues our village. Ikenga studied them for a moment before nodding. Very well, but to proceed, you must pass a trial. Each of you will face your deepest fear. Only then will the path to the cave be revealed. Nneka and Chike exchanged a glance, then agreed. Ikenga raised his staff and the forest around them shifted, morphing into a different scene. Chike found himself standing in his village, but it was eerie silent. As he walked through the empty streets, he heard a faint crying. Following the sound, he found the young boy he had struck, laying motionless. No! Chike cried out, guilty and sorrow overwhelming him. I never meant to hurt you. The boy's figure dissolved into mist, and Chike was back in the forest. He turned to see Nneka, her face pale and eyes wide with fear. She was standing before a spectral figure of a young woman, her daughter who had died many years ago. Mother, why did you leave me? The spirit asked, her voice filled with anguish. Nneka fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry, my child. I never meant to abandon you. The spirit faded and Ikenga reappeared. You have faced your fears and shown remorse. You may continue. The forest path opened before them, and they resumed their journey. The weight of their past sins heavy on their shoulders. But they were resolute, knowing that redemption was within reach. Continuing their journey, Chike and Nneka reached the river of time, a mystical waterway that flowed through the heart of the forest. The river was said to hold the memories of all who had passed through it, a repository of history and wisdom. The water shimmered with an ethereal glow, reflecting images of the past. To cross the river, they needed to find the ancient ferryman, Obasi, who had lived for centuries, guiding souls across the waters. As they approached the riverbank, they saw a small withered boat and an old man standing beside it, his eyes filled with knowledge and sorrow. Obasi, Obasi, Nneka cried out. We seek passage across the river of time. The ferryman looked at them, his gaze piercing. The river knows all, he said. To cross, you must offer something of great value, a memory that holds deep meaning.